Yes. Yes, like how could I still not know this? Okay, well now, any word that's like that for you, you just make a little trick for it. If it's a little bit harder word, you might have to practice a few days, you know, closing your eyes and thinking about it. Now, what if I said to her, and what color are those letters? And she goes, I can't remember. Remember, her eyes are closed? Then what do I say? Say that out loud.
How can you not remember that?
That's what you don't say. You don't say you just saw it. Try harder. Try to think of the color. How can you not remember? You just say, well, open your eyes and look. Because it's not a torture test. We're teaching. We want to give them a system that works. It's all about success. It's not about tricking you to fail. It's about success. This makes them be successful. Or if she said, I can't remember those letters. I don't even remember where it starts. Okay, well, let's look. Let's do it again. And we could even say, maybe this isn't a good trick. Maybe we need a different trick. Let's think of a different trick. Okay?
Do you usually let them come up with the trick, or or do you help them if they're not coming up with the trick?
You at first you have to show them something. You can't just say make a trick.
Yeah.
Okay? They've never made a trick before. So you can't just say, make a trick for your word and you'll know it. They don't even know what you're talking about. So you have to give them an example. You either use an example that we've got here, which I'm going to show you. How are we doing on time? Okay. See, here's friend. Most people get stuck with the I. They know there's an I, but where does it go? Is it EI? Is it IE? And that's another thing. I before E, except after C, except that we also have that rule broken, you know, often. So here's an example. You make the I really big, and it looks like a person, and you want to say, and you say, I want to be your friend. Okay, actually we have was here as an example. This is one way of doing it. You make a little alien out of them. And alien starts with an A, so that helps them remember the A. And then if you have to do something for the S, you make another trick for the S. Now when they start to get it, they'll come up with the tricks. Even if they just see this, and you go, now can you think of something for the S for you to remember the S? They might come up with something. Oh, the alien had a snake. I don't know, whatever. It doesn't matter if you get it or if it would help you. It's whatever will help them remember. So you might make this look like a snake.
It's good too that you're saying just do one word at a time, because if you're doing a list of 20 words and you had to make 15 of them with tricks, they would forget the tricks because there's
That's
too many.
right. There are too many. You want to start with one. And usually, really, most kids, unless they've been so traumatized with spelling, that sometimes we have to say back off and don't do any spelling for a while at all. But if they're pretty okay still, and they see this, they're going to think it's fun. Especially the kids who like to sketch and do little doodling things. And they're going to think it's fun, and when they think it's fun, they're going to ask for another one. It's good to let them choose, or to use words that you know they've asked you about, and you can suggest. You can say, would you like to do was, because that's a tricky one, or would you like to do this? And then they say, no, I want to do such and such. So that's a good way to start.
Also, it seems like it would be good to start with words that are common that they're going to use a lot.
If you use the words they want, it works better. Because they're more interested. There's more motivation there. You'll get to the other words later. Because what will happen is, then they'll start to say, I keep forgetting this word license. I keep forgetting if it's got a C or an S. By the way, does anybody have trouble with that? Who has trouble with license? Who would be willing to try to spell it, hopefully incorrectly, so we could do something with it? Do you think you would be spelling it incorrectly? I'm probably the only person who gets excited when somebody misspells a word.
Okay.
Because then I can
Want me
show
to
you what to do.
try?
Yeah. Don't help her, okay?
Liscence.
All right. Now hold on because I have to calculate.
That's not right.
I have to, but we're going to leave it, okay, for the purpose of the thing. And I have to figure out. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, you got 6 out of the 7 letters right. You have 6 out of the yay! Jane, is it Jane? All right. So, the next thing we're going to do is say, and actually I could say you even got 6 out of the 7 letters. One of them is sort of in a different spot. But if we move this guy over to here, look at that. So, you're not too far off. So now we start over and I say, which are the letters at the beginning that you always know?
L-I.
L-I. All right, we're going to start with that. All right, what other letters do you always know? Okay. Do you always know the E-N in the middle?
Yeah.
Okay. So really, you see, the only two, and this is common, is the C and the S. And so here's the C. I'm just going to make this. If you have more colors to work with, it's even better. We'll make a big C and a big S. Now, what's a trick? What kind of a trick could you come up with for this?
See the snake. No. C comes before S in the alphabet?
Well, it could be anything. If it helped her, she said, I see the snake, so C and snake, okay. You said C comes before S. That's a way to remember it. So that might work for somebody.
If you're a little boy, you might want to draw the C into a monster and say it was eating the E-N.
Okay. You could do all kinds of things, couldn't you?
The C is a cat.
The C is a cat. Now, I've had people say the C is a car, and they put wheels on it and a window here. And, you know, as I said, I can't draw, but somebody in here could, probably. Those are windows, in case you were. Here's the door to the little Volkswagen. I don't know. But they see the car there, and then they know, oh, the car comes first, and so the C comes before the S. Now, Jane, do any of these speak to you?
The C, the snake one.
All right, you related to C the snake.
That would be my boy.
Okay, and so that, you could even make it more, so we'll take the car thing off.
The glasses.
Right, because you're seeing, So anyway, you're going to put eyes, you're going to do something there. And the thing, this you might make it really look like a snake by putting a snake head on it and whatever you need to do. Okay, now, Sue, how do you spell tooth?
T-O-O-T-H.
Does anything come after that? How do you know that?
Because and the hump on the end is the tooth, and that's the end.
Okay, I want you all to ask her at the end of the day. How do you And Jane, close your eyes. What are the first 2 letters you always know?
L-I.
All right, now what are the middle 2 letters that you know?
E-N.
And what's that last letter that you always know? Okay, so what were those 2 tricky letters that you had trouble with before?
C and S.
So which one comes first?
C.
How do you know? How do you know that?
Because there's a little picture in my head here.
All right, that's good. And what was the little thing you said?
You see the snake?
You see the snake, okay? And of course, if the picture was better, it was your picture, if you had done it. Because you could start the kids off and then let them